A review copy of this game was given to me free of charge. Hello everybody, my name is Xuul and welcome to my review of the game Battle for the Sun. Battle for the Sun is an indie first-person shooter by Absolutely Studios. This game is a military alien invasion based game and it is by Absolutely Studios like I mentioned before. This is the first game they've ever made, which some people might find a little bit impressive considering it's a first-person shooter and those aren't the easiest to make. Will it hold up or will it be a bit of a flop? Let's find out in the video. Alright, as always with my reviews, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the options menu because the performance and settings on PC are paramount. First off, we'll look at the language options. This game does offer subtitles, which is good, and these subtitles are available in a multitude of languages, so it's not just English. The voice acting, however, is only in English. I went ahead and tested, and as you can see, this game's been localized to a couple different languages, so if that's for you, that's for you. Next up, controls. You can change the mouse sensitivity and invert the axis, but that's about it. The game is fully functional with a controller, but you cannot rebind the keys, and you also cannot rebind the PC keys. They're kind of just down in this little menu here that might be obstructed. I might move the little overlay or something if that's getting in your way. Moving to the settings, you have your resolution options. They're pretty bog standard, nothing special there that I could tell. Full screen on or off, no borderless windowed unfortunately. VSync 1 or 2 times. You have your anti-aliasing, shadow distance. You can limit your frame rate to 30 FPS if you're some sort of pleb, or move it up to 120 if you have an awesome monitor. Change the texture quality, and you can change the post effects. Speaking of the post effects, there's something I need to mention. Alright, here's the scenery with post-processing effects on. As you can see, there's supposed to be some sort of depth of field effect, but it just doesn't quite look right. It doesn't seem to blend everything away as it does just make things look a little bit out of focus, and I'm not sure why. And you can sort of see it here with these power lines. As I approach, they just become very blurry. Overall, the post-processing effects seem to try and blur things as much as possible. I'm not sure if this was intended to kind of offset the not the greatest textures in the world. Maybe this was meant to make the game look better, more cinematic, but honestly, I think it looks bad. With post-processing effects off, you can see here things look a heck of a lot better, although there's still some visual problems. It definitely looks sharper. As far as the performance of this game goes, the frame rate has been a solid 60 the whole time I've been playing it. There hasn't been any problems, at least in regards to frame rate. There are definitely some weird engine quirks, but we'll talk about those in the gameplay section. The game's story is rather simple. It follows the generic military shooter alien invasion trope. The story of this game is essentially an alien was captured by the National Army Space Research Division, tortured in Area 52, it contacts home, the aliens come to Earth, start shooting up the place, I mean justifiably so, we did torture one of their people, and then Dylan needs to stand up as the great hero and save the world. He was trained by the greatest man on Earth, General Briggs, and yeah, he's a Special Forces agent trying to end this horrible alien invasion. That's pretty much it. It is a very generic and bland story. There's not much to it, and the voice acting is, well, it's bad. Here, just take a listen to this line.
My soldiers, my comrades, we've been under a huge threat for the past 4 years. These aliens may have powerful weapons and technology, but they bleed just like we do. We have to do whatever it takes to protect our nation and our families. Today, as your commander, I command you to die for our values and for what we believe in. We will win this war!
So yeah, that's the story and that's the voice acting. Pretty cheesy, pretty overdone, and they could have used a better mic, so not a very good score so far, but maybe this game isn't about the story, maybe it's about the gameplay. Let's check that out now. Alright, so now we're on to the impressions part, that is the gameplay. So as we can see here, we're in the camp. This is the tutorial mission here, and this is going to introduce us to most of the gameplay and kind of how it works. So the first thing you're going to notice here are these little alien resources that you can go around and collect. Every level has a little spattering of alien resources that can be used to upgrade your arsenal, be it health, other things like that. You can upgrade it all here. As far as the details in the environment, I'm not quite sure if there's something wrong with my screen, but it just looks very blurry to me. I mean, if you go ahead and look up here at these power lines, you'll notice that they're just incredibly blurry and they don't seem to look all that good. I mean, the camp overall on the surface here looks great, but if you kind of pay attention to any little detail individually, you'll start to notice some weirdness about it. Another thing I've noticed is if you head out the door here and keep walking, you can pretty much just keep walking, which I found a little strange. There's no barriers, anything like that, no invisible walls. You can just sort of come out here, do whatever you feel like. Okay, so we're back in the camp here, and we can kind of look around just a little bit more. You can see the people training. You know, that doesn't look too bad. In fact, this situation here looks fairly good, but overall it's fairly generic, which is kind of what we've seen so far. Got some alien resource up there, might as well grab it. Alright, let's go talk to our friend and do the tutorial here.
Dylan, we've been working hard at this. It's time for you to show me your skills. Let's test your agility. Show me how you move.
Yep. Actually, I think he wants us to do this obstacle course here for some reason, so we'll run, we'll crouch down, and the game will become really glitchy. Okay, and then we'll sort of get up and it'll stutter a whole bunch. Jump, 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 and then we long jump. Alright, pick up this gun, things will go all crazy. There is iron sights, which is kind of nice, although the guns are pretty big. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take on this next level here and see how the actual gunplay comes into effect when we're going. So we're going to have a crowbar, we're given a gun, let's go shoot some alien scum and see if this game actually is fun, because so far what we've seen hasn't been too impressive. So you can get ammo from crates, you can see there's other NPCs kind of wandering around here, that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and look for some aliens, and as we can hear, there's already some here, so yeah. They're shooting some sort of magic ice blasts at us or something like that. You can shoot those to kind of sort of block, but it doesn't really work, and yeah. You notice when I got hit there, things slowed down. That's the weird mechanic with this game, and when you get a headshot on enemies, everything also slows down. You die very easily. It's very hard to survive. And yeah, the gunplay in this game is not very good. It's downright ridiculous. The first mission where you have to go and you do this on the rails thing, it's totally ridiculous. The gun animations are not good. Every time you get hit, the screen goes into this crazy blur. You get twisted everywhere. If you actually take a close look at the aliens too, they look incredibly generic. I mean, they kind of look like a gremlin model, an alien soldier model, and then an alien dog model, and maybe even a Naga model. All have been downloaded off of some free model template. There's no theme to them. They don't have their own look. It's just bland and generic. There's nothing exciting about it, and just like there's nothing exciting about this game. I wish there was more promise here, but there really isn't. There's nothing exceptional, even mediocre about the Battle for the Sun. It just doesn't seem to cut it as a game. This would be maybe something that you could try if it was free, but I've seen mods that are better than this, and I don't want to be mean to the authors of this game. It is their first try, but at the end of the day, this is not something worth buying. I mean, just look at that slowdown when you get hit. It just makes the gameplay so much more obtuse. So let's get to the conclusion. Alright, so we're going to end our video off with the score. So if you don't know, my channel uses kind of a recommendation-based score system. I'll go over it for the unfamiliar. I basically have these for the rankings. Pass on it being the lowest, buy it now being the highest. And for this game, I give it my rating of pass on it. This game is not worth your money. I don't even know if it would be worth downloading if it was free. That's harsh, but I have to be fair, I have to be honest. There's nothing good about this game. It is not very good. I mean, I wanted to even make a ranking lower than pass on it. Why? Why does this game even exist? There's just so much bland nothingness to it. There's nothing good at all. I tried very hard to keep positive when making this video, but it's just not worth any amount of money. So avoid this at all costs. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, even though it was a little bit harsh, even though it was a little bit not a good game. And I would still like to thank the authors of this game for giving me a review code, although they are probably regretting that decision. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Xuul. If you'd like to check out some of my other reviews and stuff like that, you can check out, maybe I'll throw some links in the description. If you'd like to buy this game, I will throw a link to the Steam page down below, although honestly I don't know why you would do that. If you'd like to check out some of my mod reviews and showcases, that's all available too. Anyways, until next time, I suck at outros, so I'm just going to randomly end the video mid-sentence.